Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the second lesson of our introductional parkour course. In this lesson we're going to take a look at the parkour roll, one of the most fundamental elements in parkour and free running. I have to say it's the second most important element straight after the landing. And so the difference between the gymnastic roll and the parkour roll is that we're doing it straight over our shoulder and to the spine. And in gymnastics you're going to do it straight over your neck, and this is the case that we don't want to use because the parkour roll has to be fast. Like, you have to be ready to implement it in any case, and this is why is it important to know how to do it automatically without even thinking of it. So I hope that you warm up enough and we can proceed to the first step, the right position to do the roll. Right before you start, there are a few things that I would really recommend. First of all, find a soft surface to practice the roll. For example, it could be the rubber field like this one, or it could be a soft grass. Don't practice roll on a concrete because it may hurt your shoulder and spine. And second thing, in order to prevent any kind of injuries, wear a hoodie or a sweater. It will make your roll a little bit softer, but still it's useful for the first time. So starting from the position, we have to be in squats like this. Usually we're landing on our toes, so keep your legs in this position. Okay, second thing is that we have to decide which shoulder and which side is more comfortable for us. Is it the left side or the right? I'm used to do the roll in the left side, so the whole tutorial gonna be in this direction. So as we start from the squats on our toes, we have to put arms in front of us. The left arm starts to bend in order to get the impact from the legs. So this is gonna look like this. We're sitting in squats, going with our arms in front of us and starting to bend left arm straight to our elbow. After it, we need to go over our shoulder, over this point, and we have to end up at this point. So the whole move, it looks like this. Do it gently and softly. So speaking about the landing after the roll, your legs must be in the position what I'm currently showing. Your right leg goes here and your left goes here. So don't try to stand on your knee like this, because if you would do that on the concrete, it will really hurt for your knee, especially without any kind of equipment. So we're going to the squat positions. We're taking our arms in front of us. We're starting to bend the left arm, and then we're going to do the shoulder roll over this point over here. So in this direction, like this. I hope you got it. One really important thing is to keep your back curved all the time. Don't keep it straight, because otherwise your whole impact will go to this point over here, to the back of your hip, and it can end up with an injury if you have a big impact from the landing. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go to the squat position, make a roll, and then we're going to return to the same squat position. Like this. In order to do some exercises, I would recommend you to do multiple rolls in a row. So we're gonna stand in the squat position and do one roll after each other. You may feel that your shoulder starts to hurt and that you're actually rolling all over your back. I have to say this is normal. Your body has to get used to it, because even after 9 years of experience, I wouldn't say that I am still doing 100% roll softly and correctly. The roll is really complicated move that you have to go over and over again. So remember, never go straight over your spine like in gymnastics. Like this variation will not work in a parkour or free running. And second important thing is always to hide your head from the landing. I saw a few cases when people start to do like this. And if you see it in a slow motion, I just hit my head over the ground. It's normal when you practice this from the standing position, but when you go to the concrete and especially doing a roll after the landing, that's not gonna work for you. So let's continue with the exercises. Now we can do the following. We can stand normally, and then we can jump and land in a squat position. So we're jumping, landing in a squat position. Make sure that your body goes a little bit forward, especially with the chest. So that will give you some energy to do the roll in front of you. So we're standing like this, jumping, landing forward, and now we're realizing that our body starts to fall forward. That's a good thing. And now from this falling, we have to do a simple roll. So standing, jumping, roll. And let's do it once again. Standing, jumping, roll. Pay attention to the spine when I'm actually doing this. My spine is curved and I'm landing with my right leg in front of me and left leg goes straight behind it. So the landing goes here. Don't land on your knee once again, because if you will do it like this, it may really hurt your leg when you're doing it on something harder than a rubber field. And also there are other kinds of variations of the roll, so-called diving roll, that looks like this. Diving roll is a little bit more complicated, but if you feel comfortable enough with a simple roll, we can go to the roll from the landings and then we will proceed to the diving roll technique. Let's go. If you had successfully finished your exercise with the jumping from the standing position and doing a roll, you can do the following thing. You can imitate a landing. Remember to land on your toes. And then from this position we're doing the same. We're keeping chest a little bit in front of us and we're starting to roll, first of all, using our arms to get the impact. Then we're bending the left arm and doing the roll over the shoulder, like this. Let's do this once again. So, when I'm landing on my toes, getting my arms in front of me, bending the left arm, and then going over the shoulder. Let's see this in a slow motion and from the first point of view. We're landing, getting some impact to the arms, starting to bend our left arm, start to making the roll over the shoulder, not forgetting to keep our head away from the ground, making the roll over the spine, and ending up on the right hip. The parkour roll is an element that has a lot of different variations. For example, one of the most popular and common variation of the roll is so-called diving roll. It looks like this. The difference between the single roll and a diving roll is that when you do the diving roll, you actually dive. You're jumping into your arms and then do the same roll that we just learned to do. So if you think you're experienced enough to do that, then we can continue. So in order to proceed, we need to make some things clear. First of all is a run-up. For this run-up, you have to go with your left leg in front of you in case you're doing it from the left shoulder. And of course with the right leg in front of you if you're doing the roll over the right shoulder. So our position is gonna look like this. We're making the run-up on the right leg, left leg goes in front of us, and then meanwhile our hands are going from the back. So our run-up looks like this, and from this position we're taking off from the legs and going straight to the arms. Starting from there, the technique is the same as on the simple roll. You're getting impact to your wrists, then you're starting to bend your left arm, and then you're making the shoulder roll. So it would be easier to explain in a slow motion, so let's proceed to this one. We're making a good run-up with the arms in the back of our body. Pay attention to the leg that goes in front of you. It's supposed to be the same leg as the side of your shoulder roll. Then you're starting to dive with your hands in front of you. When you're about to land, it's important to keep your arms in front of you. because right now you're getting much more impact than on a simple roll. So be prepared to absorb some energy and then start to bend your left arm. Then you continue going with the shoulder roll over the left shoulder, and don't relax your body while doing this. And then you ending up as on a simple roll. Before doing this kind of complicated dive rolls, we need to train ourselves in order to do that. So there is an exercise that I would really recommend you to do. So we're starting from the simple roll, and then from the squat position, we're going to jump a little bit more forward, a little bit more far, a little bit more, and then you can actually start with the run up. So we will start with the simple roll. Then we're getting back to the same position, but now we're trying to help our arms to get a little bit more further, like this. Arms to the back. And then we get a small diving roll. And you can increase the distance, and then you can even add the run up. So the whole thing gonna look like this. Starting from the roll, going for the dive roll, getting it a little bit more, and then adding a little run up. Well, I believe that's all what you have to know about the proper parkour roll technique. Remember, if your shoulder or spine hurts, it's normally, especially for the first time, because your body is not simply used to it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I hope to see you during the next lessons. My name is Alex, and remember to train safe. Cheers!